Alright, and one, oh crap, we're live already. Okay, cool. Hey guys. So we figured we should probably put together like a introductory video about what, our journey has been up to this point and what we see going forward, and kind of get you guys up to speed if you don't already know our story. So we got married a long time ago. Pretty long time ago, actually. We got married super young. And
Sorry.
We didn't have any debt. That was a good laugh, man. No, we're rolling with it. We didn't have any debt. Stop it.
Stop. I'm not
This
doing
is
this.
all in the video. Take two, because
Take
somebody
two.
laughed like a nerd and is embarrassed. My gosh. Okay.
All right. Take three. Third
So
time's
I was
the charm.
rambling. I got in trouble.
Rambling. Anyways, so we're making a video to kind of get you guys up to date and caught up on kind of what our story is and what's led us to the point that we are at right now. We got married when we were really young. I was
No regrets.
18.
I was 19.
And we had no debt. And so from that point on, as we just kind of went through our marriage, we kind of felt called to stay out of debt for our family. We felt like God was saying, you don't have the money for it, don't buy it. So we rented for quite some time, and then about 6 years ago, we hit a point where the house we were living in, they were going to put it up for sale. And so at that point, we kind of started wavering. We were like, well, maybe we need to buy a house. Is that kind of, that debt that's different, that's what you do, right? And so we kind of started trying to pursue that and looking for homes, and the door just kept closing.
Well, we were going the conventional way of like trying to get a loan and stuff, because we felt like we had no other option. And it was just like door close, door close, door close.
Yep. And so it got down to like, I don't know, we were like 6 weeks out maybe. And we had seen this house on, I'd been searching on realtor.com constantly for anything. And we saw this house, and we went and we looked at it. And I told Skylar, it has so much potential. It was really rough.
Which means it was a mess.
It was a mess. It was a hot mess, but it had
man.
so much potential. And so I was like, we could do this. We could do this, And so we did. We tried to put in, we tried to get it with a loan first.
Yeah. I forgot
we
about
did.
that, yeah.
We tried to get it with a loan first, and that...
Because it was over the amount of money we had saved. And we were like, okay, well, it was not over very much, but it was over. And we were like, okay, we'll just get a loan. Well, that fell through because we didn't have credit because we had no debt, right?
Yep.
So.
And so at that point, we kind of felt a little discouraged because I was like, where are we going to do? We're going to have to rent again, which we really didn't want to do. So we went to church. And at church, our pastor had just mentioned, hey, when you're going through a test and you're not sure what to do and you're not hearing anything, you need to go back to the last thing that God told you to do. And I remember standing in the kitchen that we were renting at that time and kind of praying, and I heard, that just popped up in my mind. I was like, well, what is the last thing he told us to do? I was like, well, the last thing he told us to do was to be debt-free. And if that means debt-free, that's debt-free. And
Which is kind of a no-brainer because that's totally biblical.
Right? So I called Skylar and I said, we're supposed to do this debt-free. And so I was like, we need to offer what we have on that house and just see what happens, because...
Yeah, we actually offered like $5,000 less than what we had because we needed money to do like
get
a
livable.
little bit of stuff to the house before we moved in to make it like not just totally camping in a house.
Yeah. And so he's like, okay, let's do it. So
we got with our realtor. We told her we wanted to offer this much, and she's like, you guys are insane, but I'll give it a try. And then I got a phone call from her, and she was like all giggly and like shocked, and she was like, they accepted your offer. We offered half of what they were asking at the time, which was not very much. And we got it.
Give numbers because
so we bought this house for like $10,000. And there were some really interesting circumstances that got it to the price point that it was at when we bought it. It was kind of a fluke. I'm gonna chalk that up to a God thing. and our realtor was amazing, and she figured out why the house hadn't been selling, and it was the first house she ever sold, and she kicked butt for us and made it happen. So she gets to sell it again this time. And so we have done a ton of work to this house. We have some videos. Yeah,
that
we'll
I
try to
took and
insert some pictures and stuff. It was a 1-bath, 2-bedroom house, and now it is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. And it has a updated kitchen and all this stuff. We've done an insane amount of stuff. So we'll try to give you guys some videos and stuff. But we always wanted to be on land. It's been our goal from the get-go. We just didn't have the money or the means. And we're like, we really want to get our kids to where they can be raised, more or less, grow up on some land. And we kind of just flipped a switch, a couple, 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of did a tour, and I was like, hey, we're selling a house. The market's super hot right now. We're never going to get more money out of this house than we are right now. And then since I can build our house, we're not going to just sell high and then buy high. And so we went into a mad dash to get this place ready to sell.
2
It was
months. insane. Finished a kitchen, roof.
Yeah. Kitchen, roof,
flooring.
tons of odds and ends, new flooring, drywall, just insane punch list of things to take care of. At gutters. So anyways, here we are. The house is under contract. We have a few days until we close. We got full asking price, and we should have enough money to buy the land that we want to buy and build our house debt free. So, wow, what a blessing.
Yeah.
Really crazy. Feel super blessed. And
this again is nothing
something
that
we
we've
did.
done.
We
This
just
is not a,
all we we tried really hard and probably didn't do the best job to listen to God and do what He told us to do, and it panned out shockingly. Not
even
really.
though at times
It didn't feel like it a lot of
was
times. It
going
was
to.
super hard.
When we moved in,
Super hard.
Let's clear it. Like when
Yeah,
we,
so to give some context, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get some more gray hairs by the end of this video. We gutted this house, okay? It was an old house. It's almost 100 years old. We pulled out lath and plaster, dumpster loads of lath and plaster. And the house we were in went on the market, and we were like, oh, it wasn't super hot market then, so we have some time. It sold immediately. We had 30 days to move into the house we just gutted. In very limited funds and very limited time. So the night before I was working full time. So the night before we moved into this house, I hooked up the water heater, and plumbed our kitchen that had plywood countertops on very used cabinets that I had gotten for free from a job. And we had unfinished hardwood floors. You guys will see some pictures. It was insane.
And we have.
I've put this poor woman through.
I hope I
much.
can find those pictures from that far back
We'll see.
because I don't know if I'm sure they're there somewhere.
We'll do our best, but just know that it's been an insane journey up to this point. I wish we would have done a better job documenting it, but here we are. So you guys get to jump in for the fun part, where we actually have some money to do what we're trying to do, and it's going to be exciting, and we hope you guys enjoy it, and bear with us as we figure out this whole video thing.
Yeah.
Hannah's going to be editing videos.
Oh gosh.
She's really good at that kind of stuff, but she hasn't done a lot of this specifically, so she's going to be learning for a while.
Lots.
So yeah, thanks for showing up, and we hope that you'll stay and enjoy the journey, and share it with your friends if you like it. And thanks a bunch.
Okay.